Cincinnati Bengals. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. It's a short kick taken near the 18. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Hey, watch the slant.
Throwing is Jackson. That'll be taken in there by Miles Boykin. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 23 yards on the play.
Baltimore, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Pittsburgh, pick it up. It's out of time, guys. Out of time. Let's get off the field. Let's get off the field.
They go to the former Saint, Mark Ingram. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. Tackled by Jordan Willis.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
What we got? What we got? What we got? Check 26. Check 26.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Jackson rolling to his right. He's got the 1st down here inside the 30. Jackson always a threat to run. He's got the 1st down. He was the NFL's leading rusher among QBs a year ago.
Baltimore, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 28-yard line.
Hey, switch gears. Switch gears. Kill. What?
This is Ingram on 1st and 10. And not a lot of daylight, not really any daylight inside as he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Brings up 2nd down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship. Watch the ship.
And now Jackson will look to throw it. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line.
But enough takes a start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. It's brought in here by Willie Snead. And he'll get this to the 23, but that'll be well short of what he needed. It'll be a gain of 12, but it will also lead to 4th down. And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. Tucker named the league's all-pro kicker for the 3rd time in 2018.
Go ahead and admit it. The only time that you get excited about Justin Tucker kicking is when he actually misses. And excited is not the right word. Surprise is more what we're talking about. 90.1% coming into 2019. He's incredible.
So here's Dalton and the Bengals now. 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. This is Joe Mixon, 4th in the NFL in rushing last season. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a 1st down.
1st down, Cincinnati.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Joe Mixon. Patrick Onwuasor up to make the tackle.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
From the 39, Dalton. Now he's hit, and Dalton lost the football. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk-reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football?
So should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about it anymore.
It was Jordan Evans making the play defensively.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
On second down, it's Ingram. And he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
A nickel look now for the Bengals as they try to stop him here on third down. Jackson from the shotgun. And he's got his man, Marquise Brown. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Marquise Brown, his second touchdown on the season as the Ravens push further out in front. Justin Tucker for the extra point. He's got it, and now it's a 10-0 lead here in the opening quarter. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bengals drive about to get going. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
You always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You'd better be, because otherwise it's going to be a long day for you.
Mixon with a first down carry. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Dalton. He's going to let this one go deep. And that's caught inside the 35. There he goes left side. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. John Ross, his 6th touchdown of the season, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Extra point up and good by Bullock. 10-7 our score after one right here on EA Sports. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Bengals in control of the football, as we'll see one following the score on the final play before break. Bullock out now to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line.
The Ravens take over first and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They're starting to put some space here. You know, first quarter, they didn't look so hot offensively. This second quarter, though, they've looked really good.
They've jumped in the saddle in a big way now, and now they're in full gallop. I mean, before, kind of cantering around a little bit, right, trying to feel their way, not getting done what they wanted to. But somehow they put it together with play calling, execution, and now there's a pretty big gap.
And they'll look to make that gap even bigger here. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Too little.
They'll fake the give to Ingram. Now Jackson. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. For Lamar Jackson, his first NFL start came against the Cincinnati Bengals November 18th in Baltimore of last year, and he threw for 150 yards, ran for 119 more as the Ravens won 24-21 to kick off what became a 6-1 final stretch that got him the AFC North title. Jackson looking to throw on 3rd, and he's got Snead. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a pickup of 11 at a Baltimore first down. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
And he held on to it, but he probably shouldn't have as they get him behind the line. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. From the gun, it's Jackson. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Now Jackson throwing on 3rd and long. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game. But this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football. Because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
No room to be had there on the first down run as he's lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
On that play, it was the defensive front that won the battle. They out-leveraged the offensive line, got into the backfield, and held them to no gain.
Throwing on 2nd down, Dalton. And he gets up near the 25 to about the 24 before going out of bounds. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
They'll run on first down. Mixon. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Dalton. He finds Ross. Right side, it's complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 11 yards there, first down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now a first carry for Giovanni Bernard. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
I'm coming for you, son. I'm coming for you, son.
From the 40 now on 2nd down. Dalton. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. 2 minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7, our score. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Patrick Owasor in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. And good hustle here as this is going to be blown dead right at the 9-yard line.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. And you know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. He's going deep for Brown. And incomplete there, almost picked off. That's one you maybe expect your roaming free safety to come up with. But it's 2nd down. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Jackson now to throw again. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. William Jackson with a pick. And some space here. And he will score. Touchdown, Cincinnati. How about that for a little jolt right before intermission?
You talk about taking momentum into the half with you, and so many teams have an emphasis on trying to score in the last 2 minutes of a half to carry that with them. It's not often talked about scoring on defense, though. That's extra mo.
And now they may take the lead into the locker room as well. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of sixes back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. Now, they may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down. On first down, Ingram. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Brings up second and 11 at the 40-yard line.
Watch tight end. 3 down, 3
On second and 11 now, Jackson. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away, but the bottom line is that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
The Ravens on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Out of the gun, they give to Ingram. And he gets this only to the 41. Not near enough for the first. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. On is the punter, Cook, who sends it away. And it's taken in at the 9. And call that an even 50 yards on the punt with 7 on the return. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play, because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. To throw again. Dalton. Wide open receiver, complete. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Out of the gun, it's Dalton. Throw left side, complete to Ross. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. So we have reached halftime here, and it's the visiting Bengals out in front. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told, as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Bengals drive about to get going. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their play ball. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. Again, it's Mixon. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 11 yards there, first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now Dalton. Going deep downfield for Ross. It's caught inside the 25. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. John Ross with his second touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Bengals, they widen their lead.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his second touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Bullock good on the extra point, and that makes it a 21-10 game. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
So here's a first and 10 at the 38.
50's the mic. You ain't doing nothing today.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Hill. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Here we go, here we go.
Going again on the ground here with Hill. Trey Kirkpatrick, the cornerback, up to make the stop.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Here's Jackson to throw. He uncorks it for Snead. And he can't quite intercept it. Zone coverage, free safety was there. Couldn't come up with it, and now it's 4th down.
We're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off.
At their own 24-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Mixon hit, and all the ball is out.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. From the 44, Dalton. Throw right side, complete to Williams. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Give them 14 on that one and a first down.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
Looking to throw on second down. Dalton, he finds his running back, Mixon. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 16 yards, a first down.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
2nd and 7 at the 23-yard line.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Go, go, go. Check three. Move.
Once again, they run with Mixon. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he can even get started. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
I know they've got to be careful not to go to the well too often, but it's a fine line, isn't it? Because sometimes if you got success, you want to just keep pounding away.
But no success there. They rallied quickly on the defensive end. Here comes the 7th play now of this drive as this is 3rd and 10. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Now play number 7 of the drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 10. Dalton here from the gun. He's got his man, Boyd. And he'll be brought down with the first down and a late flag here too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure. So now then the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal.
Whip. Watch the whip. Hey. Over here. Stop.
After the penalty, it's Mixon. A good pickup there, 7 yards, and it's going to be 2nd and goal now. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. And Dalton to throw. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Patrick Onwuasor. And a short return to the 6-yard line. two-score game here in the fourth, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a two-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on it trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd and 12.
At the 4-yard line.
Push him back. Push him back. Mike's 50. Mike's 50. Get ready. Get ready. Get ready. Slam.
Jackson now down around his goal line. Under pressure, and down he goes in the end zone, and that's a safety. Well, there is still time to recover from this. It remains a two-score game even with the 2 points there, but let's just say things not trending in the right direction.
I like that phrase. I'm going to say it along with you. Things are definitely not trending in the right direction. They needed something on that drive. Instead, they gave up 2 points and a lot of hope.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. And he's upended at the 33, following a good pickup of 8.
Anytime the offense shows what they call a shot play or a chunk play where they're trying to get big yardage, sometimes people just call it gadget plays, and you hold it to a gain that we just saw there, you feel pretty good about yourself as a defense.
They look to throw on third with Dalton. He'll find his running back, Joe Mixon. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. How about 25 yards on third down? They'll take it. Andy Dalton now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Now Anderson. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the fourth quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Check 13. Check 13.
They run it again with Anderson. And he's able to get more than half of what they needed. That brings up a 3rd and 5.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. Here's Kevin Huber now, standing right around the midfield stripe. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And last time they surrendered the safety, we know they don't want to do that again.
That is just one of those oddities in scoring that we get. And it's just so strange to see that go up on the board. And then you got to make sure that that doesn't happen to your team again. They've got to take care of the ball.
But, boy, it juices up the defense.
Oh, without a doubt. That's a great way to score some points.
Looking to throw again on second down. Jackson. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. That one covers 29 yards. First down. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. From the gun, Jackson. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the fourth. 2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. Now it's Jackson. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. He was trying to get it to Seth Roberts, and that'll make it 3rd down. Tried to go for the big one there on 2nd down. Now they're likely down to their final 2 plays.
And you know they've got to keep going for the big shot, right? So defensively, you play what they call top down. Nothing behind you. Make everything get completed in front.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
And I think we'll probably see them go for it here on 4th down. No reason not to. Down a couple of scores, they have to try and make something good happen.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out.
We got 4. 50's the mic. 50.
They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. Caught right side, it's Snead. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 33 seconds remaining. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Watch time, watch time. Echo, echo. Hey, we got 3 down, 3 down. Switch.
Again, Jackson. Throw left side complete. That's Ingram. An agile move and a nice gain, then dropped at the 25-yard line. A gain of 8 there on the 8th play of the drive. The Ravens on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 2. Jackson will throw again, going for it all. And it's caught. He's got it for a late touchdown, but probably a little too late. It would take a miracle of epic proportions if they're going to pull this one off.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed. But if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively, though, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right, and if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, yeah, you know,
doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
And this is going to be recovered by the Bengals hands team. And they're going to hang on and win this game. They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though now. This one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day.
40, Mike, 40. Watch the screen.
Dalton down to a knee, and that'll be all she wrote. So this one in the win column now for the Cincinnati Bengals. And I know I'm not breaking any news when I say that any road win in this league is a good one.
No doubt.
Yeah, but it's a double bonus when you get a victory on the road in your division.
And when you start a season, each team breaks down their schedule in different ways. Some do it every 4 games, right? Let's go quarterly. Others say, listen, we've got to take care of our home field. And, you know, out of a 16-game season, if you get 8 at home, let's at least win 7 at home. and split our road games. That's what you're trying to get done. So you're exactly right. A road win, precious, especially within the division.
So for the Bengals, they climb back to 500 now at 3 up and 3 down. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Ravens, they can't quite seem to turn things around as they fall into 2-4 now on the year. And they'll be on the road next week as they get a date with the Seahawks in Seattle.